Hello, once again, Kenny Jacobs from Bloomington, Illinois. I'm a PGA teaching professional, and my videos talk both about how to improve your game, as well as being a Christian and living in the last days. I want to talk today about taking golf lessons and working on your golf game. I've been teaching for over 25 years now, and there's really about 4 different things that happen when people come to a golf lesson. And number one, you get somebody that comes to the lesson, but they're not really sure they want to take a lesson. They're a little nervous about it. Maybe they just don't want to be down there. Maybe it's a wife that's sent off to the tee by her husband, but she really doesn't want to play. Or it's a kid who isn't really sure he wants to play, and his parents want him to play, and he comes to the lesson. And that person's not really going to, a lot of times they won't really listen. They don't really want to try or really understand what you're telling them. And so they don't really work on it, and they don't get much better. Now, you can certainly try as an instructor to get their interest level up, and we always try to do that. And sometimes that happens, but sometimes those people just won't learn because they really don't want to play golf. The second person is a person that comes to the tee and they want to learn, and they get really excited because you show them something that looks like it's going to help them. And so they get excited about working on it, and they practice it a little bit. But then after a few bad rounds or a few bad shots, then they start to think, well, this isn't really working. This isn't for me. It's not gonna help. And so then they give up and they quit practicing this. They're not willing to put the time in that it's going to take to really make that change. The third person is the person that comes out to the tee, and again, they really want to work on it, and they start working on it and practicing it. But then their friends kind of tell them, well, I don't know if that sounds right, or that looks kind of strange, or wow, you're not really hitting it all that solid today. You know, they don't want to hear that from their friends, and they don't want to be uncomfortable, and they don't want to lose their matches they're playing with their buddies, so they kind of fall away and don't keep working on it. And then the fourth person is the person that's really committed to getting better. For one reason or another, they're really going to make sure these lessons are going to work, and they're going to get better. And they're really committed to working on their swing and practicing it. And they know that it's not going to be easy, but they also will not give up. They'll do whatever it takes to get better, even though they know improvement is going to be an ongoing process that won't be easy. Those people, that's what you look for as an instructor. You really can help those people really get better and enjoy the game more. Unfortunately, though, it does take practice, and it takes a commitment and really working at it. Unfortunately, most people that come to the lesson tee really will not allow that to happen. Most people aren't willing to put that much work into it. But if you do take lessons, and you really do want to improve, and you commit to it, and you commit to the process, you will see great results. Now, we're living in the last days, and it's very, very important to know and understand the Word of God as well. And just like there's 3 or 4 types of people that take golf lessons, Jesus talked about 3 or 4 types of people that hear the Word of God. Matthew chapter 13 says, "A farmer went out to sow his seed, and he was scattering the seed, and some fell along the path, and the birds came and ate it up. Some fell on rocky places where it did not have much soil. It sprang up quickly because the soil was shallow. But when the sun came up, the plants were scorched, and they were withered because they had no root. Other seed fell among thorns which grew up and choked the plants. Still other seed fell on good soil where it produced a crop, 100, 60, or 30 times what was sown. Whoever has ears to hear, let him hear." So the disciples asked him what that meant, and he said, "When anyone hears the message about the kingdom and does not understand it, the evil one comes and snatches away what was sown in their heart. This is the seed sown along the path. The seed falling on rocky ground refers to someone who hears the word and at once receives it with joy. But since they have no root, they last only a short time. When trouble or persecution comes because of the word, they quickly fall away. The seed falling among the thorns refers to someone who hears the word, but the worries of this life and the deceitfulness of wealth choke the word, making it unfruitful. But the seed falling on good soil refers to someone who hears the word and understands it. This is the one who produces a crop yielding 100, 60, or 30 times that what was sown. Living in the last days, there's going to be a lot of persecution coming, and if you're not deeply committed to your faith, you're going to fall away. If you could be thrown in jail, or physically hurt, tortured, or even killed, you will not be willing to and able to stand in these last days. Or if you're somebody that just goes to church as something you think you should do, but you're more worried about everyday life and your career goals, you're not going to stand in these last days. All the signs are here. Time is getting really, really short. It's time that we stand on the Word of God, commit to our faith, and be bold enough to share our faith with others while there's still time. Just something to think about. Keep looking up. All the signs are here.